Hi, this is Mike Lodge. I am the business advisor, and this is my podcast. And today I'm doing a video podcast. The first podcast I have done using video. Mostly, I have a podcast that's on every single day. It's called The Business Advisor, and you can find me on YouTube. You can find me on iHeartRadio, Spotify, any favorite place that you listen to a podcast. I'm there. It's The Business Advisor. Find it. You'll enjoy it. Maybe not. I use it to put me to sleep at night. Listen, I'm kind of upset because we have a Congress and the president that have an addiction of spending money. They love to spend money. In the last spending thing that we went through, remember when McCarthy came up and said he saved all this money, and then now we find out that we're $2 trillion more in debt? That is nonsense. Now we're at the same point. We have until September 30th to come up with a new plan, a new spending plan. But let's take the word spending out and let's say Congress, you need to cut your costs. You need to cut your spending. This has gone on too far and it's now out of billywhack because you guys are out of control. As of this month, on the debt alone, we have spent 800 billion, that's with a capital B, $800 billion on interest because our debt is so high. We can't keep living this way. I mean, this is absolutely idiotic. So to the Congress, I'm saying to you, and to the president also, and to the American people, to all of you out in this podcast listening, cut the spending. Listen, inflation, every time that you spend money in the government, inflation goes up. Every time that the debt goes up, inflation goes up. It will be forever for us to get out of this inflationary time if the government doesn't start cutting. They've got to show us that they can do what we have done as Americans. You and I, we go to the grocery store and we are taking our little basket down and we're pulling stuff off the shelf of what we want to need, or what we want, I should say. But then all of a sudden we say, no, you know what? I can't really afford that. So I have to put it back. I have to cut because I can't afford it. W 2 wages and wages coming in does not support added expenses. I'm not going to put any more money on the charge card because the charge cards are dead. The American people have overcharged and they're so debt ridden at the moment that's it's a problem for the American people. And we have that same problem with the government. They keep spending. They never put anything back on the shelf. They keep taking more and more stuff off the shelf. I've always said this. We have three economies, right? Three. One is the government. And the government says, okay, if we run out of money, we can just print more. Inflation goes up. Recession comes along. Then we have Wall Street. Wall Street says, okay, we're going to make this economy look so good so that more people will buy stock and we can sell stocks and we can short and we can long and we can do whatever else, but we're going to make money off of it. That's the Wall Street economy. Then there's you and me. We sit here every single day thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to meet my car bill? How am I going to meet my phone bill? How am I going to meet my rent? How am I going to, and the list goes on, right? So what we have to do, we have to sit down and we say, okay, what can I cut? And we sit down, we do our budgets, and we live within those budgets, or at least we should be. So we have our budgets, and we know exactly what money's coming in, and we know what money's going out, and we know that we can survive one more month because we've managed our money well. Unfortunately, the government isn't that way. The government keeps spending. The budget goes into, I mean, the government creates a budget, but the budget is crap because they keep spending. They overspend. And then they get involved in issues like the Ukraine, where we're sending billions of dollars to Ukraine and we're sending $1 billion of assets, military assets, and our military gets depleted. Don't believe what they're telling you. We are getting depleted. So here we are, we're spending all this money. And what do we get for it? We get more taxes. Gosh, we are dumb people if we keep falling for this. So we've got to tell Congress, either you sit down, I don't even care if you shut down the government, I don't care. Sit down and work something else out, or the American people are going to work it out for you, and you're not going to like what they're going to work out. That's the issue of today. The American people are so fatigued with your politics and so fatigued with you doing absolutely nothing. You guys knew several months ago that September 30th was your day to get something into place on spending. Instead, what did you do? You went off on vacation. You had your fun. You got your press. You did whatever you did. You did not focus on the budget. So I'm at my point in life where I don't want to pay more money into the government so that you can waste it. Listen, I do mediation work in business. And when we have an issue, when we have a dispute, I bring all the parties together and we sit around the table. And before they come, I say, I want to hear your plan. I want to hear what your proposal is going to be, what it's going to be to resolve this issue. I give them each time to present to me their position. Then we sit around the table and we begin to negotiate and try to resolve this situation. Then we have a memorandum of understanding. That is our contract with each other. And we get up from the table and we go our life until the next time we need to do it again. But if you're not willing to sit down at the table, if Congress and if the Republicans and the Democrats are not willing to sit down to the table along with the president and resolve this and make some serious cuts that literally is going to save money for the American people, then we're just wasting our time. All of you Republicans who are moaning and groaning about this and pointing fingers, if you're not going to do anything, if you're not going to come to the table, you're just a Democrat. So sit down over there in the corner, put a big D so that we know what you are, and let's get some stuff done. Or you can join the party and sit down at the table and become a big boy and big girl. Listen, I'm so frustrated with this whole thing, because if I ran my business that way, I would be bankrupt several times. If I kept extending the debt, and not even pay attention to paying down the debt, we have a problem. So, all of you out there who are listening to my first podcast, I'm sorry I'm ranting, but I'm really pissed off at this because I don't see any real gut wrenching feeling from Congress that they really want to do something. I don't see it. I hear a lot of promises. Yeah, we're going to listen. We have the power of the purse string. Take that purse string and put it down to the size of a fanny pack so it's more manageable. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time and you're wasting the American people's time. But the American people have a plan. If you don't start cutting, the next vote is going to be you're out of there. Because if you're going to state a promise, you better keep that damn promise. Listen, this is Mike Lodge. I am the business advisor. If you would like to sit down with me on business issues, or if you would like to resolve an issue, just give me a email at thebusinessadvisor@gmail.com, or you can book me online at www.lodge-co.com. That's www.lodge-co.com. Talk with you tomorrow. Everybody have a great day.